YouTube, what is good? It is your boy Universal, and we are back at it with another album review. Today we have T.I.'s Us or Else. It's the first T.I. project I've listened to in at least 5 years, so I didn't really have any true expectations going into it. However, I am presently surprised by what I got out of it. It's a 6-track EP, clocks in a little over 22 minutes long, and the entire project is basically focused on a lot of the social climate and a lot of the social issues going on within the country, stemming from a lot of the shootings, just politics. It's just really, it's got a solid concentration just on a lot of those issues, and it's very focused. He's very focused, and it's not surprising. I mean, I think this came out at the perfect time, considering the string of most recent events that happened. T.I. lately, just whenever he's on the news, or I shouldn't say on the news, but if you ever see him like on social media or anything, he's very proactive with on the political side and the social side lately. So with all that being said, I mean, I was pleasantly surprised. We'll run through the track list. I'll give you my thoughts. Starting with track one, We Will Not. T.I.'s flow over this production was perfect. I mean, he it was just so perfect. Like, honestly, I enjoyed it. He just dives right into it. He talks about not being stagnant, not letting things happen anymore, just being very proactive and moving forward. And like all these social injustices are not happening anymore. Time to do something about it. Pretty straightforward. The content is very heavy. You don't really have to. I shouldn't say you have to like really listen to it, but you do want to listen to it because you are going to get something out of it. Track 2, Black Man. I enjoyed it. One of the first lines on there, it says, "Is it because," and this is of my, because of my fresh sneakers, is it because I'm driving that new car, or because I smell like weed? It really sets up the track to talk about just the black man and more or less why black men are feared. The choir in the background was perfect. Meek Mill and Quavo was featured on this track as well. Meek Mill killed his verse. I like Quavo's verse, which is shocking because I never really liked anything by Quavo. Meek Mill, I've heard a couple verses that I like here and there, but I'm not like really sold on being a huge fan of his. The song really focused on the light of the highly publicized shootings. They make a lot of references on there. But I am shocked. I got to go back to it. Meek Mill's verse on this was official. He bodied it. Definitely got to listen to this track. Track 3, Warzone. The chorus is very aggressive right off the jump. It's one of my favorite tracks on the project. T.I. comes on super aggressive, just with the chorus. Then as soon as he starts rapping, spitting his verse, it's straight to the point. I guess the secondary chorus, or one of the lines he mentions, he's like, hands up, can't breathe, hands up, can't breathe. That's such a powerful statement when you think about it. He mentions something about the war on drugs, the war on drugs in this country. It's really a war on us, talking about black people or people of color. Track 4, Switching Lanes. Another dope track featuring Big Krit. You know what to expect from Big Krit. He always brings us that quality. He didn't disappoint. T.I. did his thing on here. One of the things that he said stands out was like when the track first starts is make sure what you ride for is what you're willing to die for. So if you out there flipping birds and that's what you want to do, make sure you're willing to do the time. Make sure you're willing to basically die for it. And what he says actually makes sense. I mean, it kind of talks about drugs, but it's more of a if this is what you're gonna do, make sure you're into it. If you're gonna do something positive, make sure that's you putting your best foot forward. Track 5, 40 Acres. This track was kind of it's kind of funny, but it's not. It's funny, but in a good way. 40 Acres. I mean, we all heard that term, 40 acres and a mule. Killer Mike was on this, and I forgot the other person's name who was featured on this. I should have wrote it down. I forgot. But everybody did their thing. Killer Mike absolutely just murdered his verse. But I expected that from Killer Mike. When does he not disappoint? He's always going to give you some gems. He's another rapper that's very socially active, politically active, another conscious individual who knows what's going on. So he came correct. T.I. came correct. The other artist came correct. I can't remember his name. It's going to kill me now. I feel like an idiot. I mean, but 40 Acres and a Mule. And one of the things that was said that kind of stood out, she put her reparations in the handbag. He put his reparations in that swag. So basically, instead of actually doing something to build ourselves up and actually, I guess, build a net worth in the community, it's like we're spending our money on materialistic things so we can feel better about ourselves, or just to seem like we have something that we don't, or feel validated. So that's kind of what that talks about. T.I.'s verse was dope as well. It's almost like he fed off of Killer Mike's verse or energy, because Killer Mike comes in, then T.I. has the last verse, and he just rolled right off of Killer Mike's wave, and he bodied it as well. Loved it. Track 6, I Swear. It was a dope track, a good way to end it. Smooth beat. Something I could have definitely heard like Rick Ross rapping on. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Overall, I enjoyed the project. It was short. For a project to only be 22 minutes and 36 seconds, I do think T.I. did it right. You know, he didn't do anything wrong. He had good production on here, some versatile production. You know, some boom bap stuff, I guess some more modern beats. He had a couple, I guess, industry or trap beats normally that I wouldn't like, but he rode the beat perfectly and he made it work for what he's doing. So it's not like an album that you're going to listen to and it feels like someone's preaching to you the whole time. You know, he's got the right beats on there for you to actually listen to it and enjoy it and get something out of it. I would have liked to hear some other features on there, like a Rick Ross, maybe, or even like a Kendrick, J. Cole, or like a Rhapsody, someone like that. I think personally this is one of those albums that it's a dope album that I don't think people are gonna catch onto right away. It's one of those things like you're gonna 2-3 years down the line, everybody's like, yo, that was a dope project. That's what I get from it personally. Listening to it, I took away something from it. I definitely will be listening to it again, like keeping in rotation. So it does have some replay value. I'm giving this one a jerk chicken. Like I said, it's just solid straight through. It is short. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what we should review next. As usual, you know, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Like the video, share the video. And until next time, peace.